Educate Yourself Daily for Success, presented by Boundless Books Audio. Introduction. Welcome to Boundless Books Audio, the channel where powerful ideas meet timeless wisdom. If you're ready to change your life, fuel your mind, and unlock the success you were born for, you're in the right place. This audiobook is titled Educate Yourself Daily for Success, and it's more than just words on a screen or audio in your ears. It's a movement, a mindset, a mission. Because success doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice. And one of the most important choices you can make each day is to invest in your own growth. Here at Boundless Books Audio, we believe in the power of consistent self-education. The idea that no matter who you are, where you come from, or what your current situation looks like, you have the power to rise, one day, one lesson, one habit at a time. Every single audiobook we create is built with that mission in mind, to empower you to take control of your life and elevate yourself through knowledge. The truth is, we live in a world that's constantly trying to distract you. Social media, news, endless scrolling, shallow conversations. It's easy to get lost in the noise and forget how powerful your mind truly is. But when you decide to educate yourself daily, to read, to reflect, to seek wisdom instead of entertainment, you begin to separate yourself from the crowd. Educating yourself isn't just about academic knowledge. It's about learning the skills that truly matter: how to manage your emotions, how to lead, how to communicate, how to stay disciplined, how to build wealth, how to think critically, how to bounce back from failure, and how to become the best version of yourself. These are the tools of success. And they don't come from luck, they come from learning. Through this audiobook, you'll discover that small actions done daily create unstoppable momentum. You'll understand that education is not just something you do, it's something you live. Every day is a new opportunity to sharpen your mind, challenge your thinking, and grow beyond yesterday's limits. You don't need to wait for permission. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need one decision: start now. Open your mind. Absorb everything. Take notes. Rewind. Reflect. And apply what you learn. Boundless Books Audio exists to serve people like you, dreamers, doers, leaders, and learners. Our content is crafted to help you go deeper, think clearer, and move forward. No fluff. No shortcuts. Just real, honest, life-changing knowledge. So take a deep breath. This is the beginning of something powerful. You're not just listening to a book, you're stepping into a new version of yourself. A version that learns every day, grows every day, and refuses to settle for anything less than greatness. Let's get started. Chapter 1: Wake Up or Stay Behind. Every day you wake up, you're either getting smarter or getting left behind. There's no in-between. The world moves at a brutal pace. Technology is evolving, industries are shifting, and those who don't keep up fade into irrelevance. It's a harsh reality, but here's the truth: no one's going to save you. No one's going to hand you success on a silver platter. The only way to secure your future is by educating yourself daily, sharpening your mind like a weapon, and staying ahead of the curve. Because guess what? The second you stop learning, someone hungrier, sharper, and more disciplined is ready to take your spot. But let's be real, learning isn't just about stacking degrees or memorizing random facts. It's about equipping yourself with the mindset, skills, and knowledge that put you in control. It's about being the person in the room who knows what's happening while everyone else is just trying to keep up. You think successful people accidentally end up at the top? No, they learn, adapt, and execute faster than anyone else. Here's where most people fail: they get comfortable. They think they've made it, so they stop pushing themselves. But the second you get comfortable, you start slipping. Look at businesses that went from billion-dollar empires to nothing: Blockbuster, Kodak, MySpace. They didn't educate themselves on what was coming next, and they paid the price. That same fate is waiting for anyone who stops evolving. So ask yourself, are you willing to bet your future on outdated knowledge, or will you commit to leveling up every single day? Now, you might be thinking, but I don't have time to read books or take courses. Here's the kicker: learning doesn't have to be time-consuming. It's about efficiency, absorbing new ideas, surrounding yourself with smarter people, and making self-education a daily habit. And if you think it's optional, you're already losing, because in this fast-moving world, ignorance isn't just costly, it's deadly. Chapter 2: The Information War. Right now, you are either a player in the game or a pawn being played. The world is drowning in information. Some of it is gold, but most of it is pure garbage. Social media feeds you endless opinions, news outlets twist facts to fit their agenda, and influencers sell you success formulas that don't work. If you don't know how to filter the noise, you'll waste years believing in things that don't serve you. But here's the good news: if you can master the art of consuming the right knowledge, you can weaponize information. The smartest people aren't just intelligent, they know where to look, who to listen to, and what to ignore. They don't fall for hype, they don't waste time on pointless debates, and they definitely don't let emotions cloud their thinking. Think about it: how much time do you waste scrolling, watching, consuming content that adds zero value to your life? Be honest, because if you're spending hours absorbing useless information, you're not learning, you're being programmed. Every second you waste on distractions, someone else is gaining an edge, someone else is learning the skills, making the connections, and setting themselves up for success while you're busy drowning in content that does nothing for you. So how do you escape the trap? By becoming ruthless with what you allow into your mind. Start asking, is this making me smarter? Is this helping me grow? If not, cut it. Unfollow the people feeding you nonsense, stop watching things that keep you stuck, and most importantly, seek out knowledge that challenges you. Because if what you're learning doesn't make you uncomfortable, you're not growing. And let's get one thing straight: education isn't just about school. If you think getting a degree means you're educated, you've already lost. The most valuable knowledge isn't found in classrooms, it's in books, conversations, experiences, and most importantly, mistakes. The best lessons come from failure, not from playing it safe. The real question is, are you willing to learn from them? Chapter 3: Learn or be replaced. The harshest truth no one tells you: you are replaceable. If you don't stay ahead, someone else will take your spot. It doesn't matter how talented, experienced, or connected you are. If you stop evolving, you're done. Companies fire people not because they're bad, but because someone out there can do the job better. Athletes get cut from teams not because they're weak, but because someone younger, faster, and more prepared is waiting in line. And this isn't just about jobs or careers, it's about life, relationships, opportunities, success. All of it is competitive. The world rewards those who bring value, and the only way to stay valuable is to keep learning. The moment you stop, you start becoming obsolete. So how do you make sure you never get left behind? Simple: never stop upgrading yourself. Treat your mind like a high-performance engine, fuel it with the right knowledge. Challenge yourself to learn things outside your comfort zone. Push beyond what you think you know, because the biggest threat to your future isn't competition, it's stagnation. Let's do a reality check right now. Someone out there is working harder than you, someone is reading the books you skipped, someone is mastering the skills you keep putting off. And in a few years, when you wonder why they're successful and you're stuck in the same place, remember this moment. Remember that you had a choice to educate yourself daily or to stay the same. And don't get it twisted: learning isn't just about making money, it's about freedom. The more you know, the more options you have. The more skills you master, the more control you gain over your life. Because at the end of the day, the real power isn't in how much money you make or how many followers you have, it's in how well you understand the world and how quickly you can adapt. So let's ask the hard question: if you were to look at yourself 5 years from now, would you be proud of how much you've learned, or would you regret the time wasted? The answer to that question is in your hands: keep learning or get left behind. Chapter 4: Your mind is your greatest asset. Most people don't realize this until it's too late. Your mind is the most powerful tool you'll ever own, not your bank account, not your connections, not even your physical health. Because everything you build, every opportunity you create, and every decision you make starts in one place, your mind. And if you're not feeding it the right information daily, you're sabotaging yourself without even knowing it. Think about this: why do some people turn their lives around despite coming from nothing, while others stay stuck despite having every advantage? It's not luck, it's not genetics, it's mindset, the ability to think clearly, make the right decisions, and keep learning no matter what. That's what separates winners from everyone else. And the best part? You control it. But here's where it gets real: your mind is either your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. The problem is most people let it work against them. They fill it with negativity, distractions, and useless thoughts. They let doubts, fears, and old beliefs hold them back. They let their mind convince them that they're not ready or not smart enough. Sound familiar? Here's the truth: if you don't train your mind to be your greatest asset, it will be your biggest liability. The people who succeed don't just rely on talent or hard work, they master their minds. They program themselves to think at a higher level, to push through challenges, and to keep expanding their knowledge no matter what. So, what are you doing to make your mind stronger? Are you feeding it wisdom, or are you letting it get weaker with every distraction? If you don't train it, someone else will train it for you, and trust me, they won't do it in your best interest. Chapter 5: The Cost of Ignorance. Let's get one thing straight: ignorance isn't harmless, it's expensive. It costs you opportunities, relationships, success, and sometimes even your future. And in today's world, ignorance is a choice. With the internet at your fingertips, with thousands of books, courses, and mentors available, there's no excuse for staying uninformed. But here's the scary part: most people don't even realize they're ignorant. They assume they already know enough, they assume their current knowledge is enough to survive. And that's exactly how they get left behind. Because the moment you think you know everything is the moment you stop growing, and the second you stop growing, the world moves on without you. Ask yourself, how many mistakes could you have avoided if you had better information? How many bad decisions, wasted years, or lost opportunities were caused by not knowing the right things at the right time? The truth is, the biggest regrets in life don't come from things we tried and failed at, they come from the things we never even realized we could have done. And here's the harsh reality: the world doesn't care if you're uninformed. If you lose money because you didn't educate yourself about finances, no one's going to refund you. If you get stuck in a dead-end job because you never learned valuable skills, no one's going to save you. If your relationships fall apart because you never learned how to communicate, no one's going to fix them for you. Ignorance is expensive, and the price gets higher the longer you ignore it. So what's the solution? Simple: stay curious. Never assume you know enough. Every single day, challenge what you think is true. Read more, question more, learn from people who are where you want to be, because the cost of ignorance is always greater than the effort of learning. Chapter 6: Stop wasting time on useless knowledge. Now, let's talk about something nobody likes to admit: most of what people consume daily is useless. Seriously, think about it: how much of what you read, watch, or scroll through actually improves your life? How much of it is just empty entertainment disguised as staying informed? People love to say they're learning when they're really just distracting themselves, watching hours of motivational videos but never taking action, reading books but never applying what they learn, listening to podcasts but forgetting everything 5 minutes later. Sound familiar? This is what separates real learners from passive consumers. Learning isn't about collecting. Information is about transformation. If what you're consuming isn't making you smarter, stronger, or more capable, then what's the point? If it's not making you more valuable, why are you wasting time on it? And let's be honest, most people aren't lacking knowledge, they're drowning in it. They have access to more information than ever before, yet they're still stuck. Why? Because they consume mindlessly instead of learning strategically. They don't filter what's useful from what's pointless, and worst of all, they never apply what they learn. So here's a simple rule: if you're not using what you're learning, you're wasting your time. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. The only thing that matters is what you do with what you know. So stop collecting useless knowledge, start mastering the things that actually move your life forward. Chapter 7: Your environment is controlling you. You might think you're in control of your decisions, your habits, your mindset, but here's a hard truth: your environment is shaping you more than you realize. The people you're around, the content you consume, the conversations you have, they're either making you better or keeping you average. And most people, they're stuck in an environment that's quietly killing their potential. Look around. Who do you spend the most time with? What kind of information do you let into your mind every day? If the people around you don't challenge you, if they don't inspire you to do better, then they're holding you back. And it's not always obvious. Sometimes it's not toxic people you need to escape, it's average people with average thinking. People who are comfortable, who accept life as it is, who never push for more. And let's talk about content. What are you consuming every day? Because whether you realize it or not, everything you see, hear, and read is programming you. If you're constantly feeding your mind with negativity, distractions, and useless entertainment, how do you expect to grow if you spend more time scrolling than learning, more time gossiping than improving? You're sabotaging yourself. This is why changing your environment is one of the fastest ways to change your life. Surround yourself with people who push you, consume content that educates you, and eliminate the distractions that keep you stuck. Your environment is either elevating you or destroying you, there is no in-between. Chapter 8: Learn to think for yourself. Most people don't think, they just repeat. They take whatever they hear, whatever they see, and accept it as truth without question. That's dangerous because in a world filled with misinformation, bias, and manipulation, the ability to think critically is your greatest weapon. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly questioned what you believe? When was the last time you challenged your own thoughts instead of just defending them? If you're not doing this regularly, you're not thinking, you're just following. Followers get played, get used, and get manipulated into making choices that benefit someone else, not them. Schools don't teach you how to think. Social media doesn't teach you how to think. Most people around you don't think deeply either. That's why independent thinkers are rare and powerful. They don't just accept opinions as facts. They don't follow trends just because they're popular. They analyze, ask questions, and seek truth even when it's uncomfortable. Here's the best part: when you learn to think for yourself, you become unstoppable. You make better decisions, stop getting fooled, and see opportunities others miss. But most importantly, you take control of your own life instead of letting the world control you. So start questioning everything. Don't just accept what's being fed to you. Think for yourself or someone else will do the thinking for you. Chapter 9: The danger of comfort. Comfort feels good, it feels safe, it feels like you're doing okay. But here's what nobody tells you: comfort is a trap. It kills ambition, it kills progress, it keeps you stuck in the same place while life moves forward without you. Think about it: when do people grow the most? When they're challenged, when they're forced to adapt, when they're under pressure. That's when skills sharpen, minds expand, and real change happens. But when you're comfortable, you're not growing, you're not evolving, you're just existing. And this is why most people never reach their full potential. They settle, they stay in jobs they hate because it's secure, they avoid learning new skills because it's too hard, they stay in the same routines because it's what they know. And before they realize it, years pass and they're still in the exact same place. The most successful people in the world understand this. They chase discomfort, they deliberately put themselves in situations that force them to grow. They take risks, they embrace challenges, they know that every moment of struggle is an opportunity to level up. So ask yourself, are you challenging yourself daily, or are you letting comfort rob you of your future? Because if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're falling behind. Chapter 10: The Hidden Cost of Wasting Time. Time is the only thing you can never get back. You can make more money, you can rebuild relationships, but the time you waste, it's gone forever. And yet most people treat time like it's unlimited. They procrastinate, they scroll endlessly, they distract themselves with meaningless activities. Before they know it, years have passed and they're still stuck in the same place. But here's what makes it even worse: wasted time isn't. It's not just about lost hours, it's about lost potential. Every day you waste is a day you could have used to build something, to learn something, to become better. Every distraction is stealing opportunities from you. Every excuse is delaying your progress. And if you think you have time to waste, you don't. Life moves fast. The opportunities you have today won't be there forever. The dreams you keep pushing to someday will slip away. One day you'll wake up and realize you ran out of time to become the person you always wanted to be. So ask yourself, how much time have you already wasted? And more importantly, how much more are you willing to waste before you wake up? The clock is ticking whether you act or not. The choice is yours: spend your time building your future or watch it disappear forever. Chapter 11: Why You're Not as Disciplined as You Think. Most people believe they lack motivation, but motivation is a lie. It comes and goes, it's unreliable. If you depend on motivation to take action, you'll never be consistent. And without consistency, success is impossible. What you actually need is discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up early when you want to sleep in. It's hitting the gym when you'd rather stay in bed. It's choosing growth over comfort every single day. The problem is most people think they're disciplined, but they're not. They're just good at making excuses. Think about it: how many times have you told yourself you'll start tomorrow? How many times have you broken promises to yourself? Every time you do that, you weaken your discipline. You train your mind to accept failure, and over time it becomes your default. But here's the truth: discipline isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. And the more you practice it, the stronger it gets. The key is to stop negotiating with yourself. Stop waiting to feel like it. Stop making excuses and just do what needs to be done. Every time you push through discomfort, you become stronger. Remember, successful people aren't more motivated than you, they're just more disciplined. They don't rely on feelings, they rely on habits. If you want to change your life, stop searching for motivation and start building discipline. That's the only way to win. Chapter 12: Excuses Are Killing Your Dreams. Everyone wants success, but very few are willing to take full responsibility for their lives. It's easier to blame circumstances, to say you don't have enough time, money, or resources. It's easier to complain about the system, other people, and everything but yourself. That's exactly why most people never reach their goals. Excuses are easy, but they're also deadly. Every time you make an excuse, you give away your power. You convince yourself that success is out of your hands, that you're a victim of your circumstances. Once you start believing that, you stop trying, you stop pushing yourself, and you settle for less than you deserve. Look, life isn't fair. Some people start with advantages, and some have it harder, but complaining about it won't change anything. Blaming others won't get you ahead. The only thing that will change your life is taking full ownership, no matter what. The most successful people in the world all have obstacles and challenges. The difference is they refuse to let those challenges become excuses. They find a way, they take action, and they do what needs to be done, no matter what. So here's the question: are you going to keep making excuses, or are you going to step up and take control? Because at the end of the day, you can either have results or excuses, but you can't have both. The choice is yours. Chapter 13, The pain of regret is worse than the pain of discipline. Imagine waking up one day and realizing you wasted years of your life playing it safe. You had dreams, big ones, but you never acted on them. You always had an excuse: too tired, too busy, not the right time. And now it's too late. That's the pain of regret, and it's far worse than the pain of discipline. Discipline hurts in the moment, waking up early, working when you don't feel like it, pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. It's uncomfortable, but you know what's even more uncomfortable? Looking back at your life and knowing you could have done more, knowing you had the potential to be great but you let laziness, fear, and procrastination hold you back. People always talk about how hard it is to stay disciplined. But what they don't realize is that not being disciplined is even harder. It's hard to be broke, it's hard to be unhealthy, it's hard to feel like you wasted your potential. So if life is going to be hard either way, why not choose the kind of hard that actually gets you somewhere? Every day you're making a choice: suffer a little now by being disciplined or suffer a lifetime of regret. And if you think you have time to figure it out later, you don't. The future is coming whether you're ready for it or not. The only question is, will you look back with pride or with regret? Chapter 14, If you're not growing, you're dying. Growth isn't optional, it's a necessity. If you're not improving, you're falling behind. If you're not getting stronger, you're getting weaker. Life is always moving forward, and if you're standing still, you're actually moving backward. Look at nature: a tree doesn't stop growing because it's tired, it keeps stretching toward the sky. The moment something stops growing, it starts dying. And humans, we're no different. The reason most people feel stuck, lost, or unfulfilled isn't because life is unfair, it's because they stopped growing. They stopped learning, stopped challenging themselves, stopped pushing for more. And when that happens, life loses its excitement. Think about the happiest, most successful people you know. They're always evolving, they're always hungry for more knowledge, more skills, more experiences. They understand that growth isn't just about getting better, it's about staying alive in every sense of the word. But most people settle, they get comfortable, they convince themselves they've made it, and stop trying. And that's when life starts slipping away from them, because the moment you stop improving is the moment you start decaying. So ask yourself, are you growing every single day, or are you just existing? Because if you're not learning, if you're not pushing yourself, if you're not evolving, you're dying. And that's the harsh truth. Chapter 15, No one is coming to save you. Read this carefully: no one is coming to save you, not your parents, not your friends, not the government, not some miracle opportunity. If you want a better life, you have to build it yourself. Most people live their lives waiting for motivation, waiting for the right time, waiting for someone to come along and make things easier. But that day never comes, and the longer you wait, the further you fall behind. Successful people don't wait, they don't sit around hoping for a lucky break. They take full responsibility for their future. They understand that no one owes them anything. And if they want to win, they have to put in the work. This is the hardest truth to accept: if your life isn't where you want it to be, it's your fault. Yes, life can be unfair, yes, bad things happen. But blaming circumstances won't change anything, complaining won't fix it. The only thing that will is taking massive action. So stop waiting, stop hoping someone will come and make things easier, they won't. The only person who can change your life is you, and the sooner you accept that, the sooner you'll start winning. Thanks for listening to Boundless Books Audio, where knowledge fuels transformation. If you found this audiobook valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that helps you unlock your potential.